Zion World Radio, Greenville in United States of America. I meet every so often a guy here in Sandefjord. He claims he is from America. I think he is kind of this proud man that want to brag about his belongings. Not that America belonged to him, but maybe in some distant past he was connected to America. He is an enigma. I don't know him. And he seemed to be happy when he sees me. And I'm happy to see him too. So are you happy to see your friends, my friend? Are you happy when you meet other people? What makes you motivated? And what makes you tick, as they say? Tick is another word for this bloodsucker. What makes that tick? I don't know. I'm sorry to say, this is beyond my capacity of elaborating. You see, yesterday I had this recorder, and I have done some recording, especially when I'm in certain occasions. Recordings. I think that is a good topic. Recordings. When I find it important to remember certain dates, certain specific things that is said, so I just rewind them and listen to my own recordings. And if you are subjected to I heard on the news, it was this lady that was taken advantage of. And I have recommended other ladies to do that. When men are taking advantage of their employee, the female employee, make recordings. Hide your recording, but you are allowed to make a record when you are participant in that. And also regarding the justice system, it's good to expose bad behaviors, bad deeds, rude governing. That's how people get re-elected or elected, chased out of the government, because there have been corruption, there have been things that is not good. They can make recordings of prime ministers, kings, their relatives, the people in high places make recordings, because if you are subjected to injustice treatment, use those recordings. Yes, if not for everyone, but it is for your own good sake, and you can do much damage with it. But in a court case, that will taken into regard how that have been going on, what you have been subjected to. And I think that make recordings if you are attending a important meeting where people are tackling a important case. do the recordings. It's for your own sake, you don't feel it's important because you feel so strong, but in my and maybe other cases, or individuals, we feel subjected to unfair treatment. I don't only talk on my own behalf, but I rather stand with those where the law is diverted. I would rather stand with those people that are subjected for unfair treatment, even though I am not really that person. I'm not this, I don't look at myself as a victim. I think that it is, in some cases I may feel as a victim. Who wouldn't do that? If you are judged, for example, prejudiced, it's kind of this judgment that is without them knowing the case. I had this feedback from a quite rude person. I was expelled, I told I was expelled, and I asked, what is the case? And the lady, well, I don't know whether you can call it the person in a lady or he asked a bully. I said, you have to do some searching, inward searching. But I said that would be a guesswork. Who would be able to know when they are honestly asking? So give me an honest answer, so I can understand. That those bullies will not answer. They are deemed for maybe they have experienced some of the same treatment that they are giving others. Not knowing, they are unaware of the unfair treatment that people can be subjected to. It's not good. And it's hard to even to eat at the same table as them, because they are so rude. They are trampling over people. So maybe you feel urged to record them too, but in a personal interaction, I don't think it is wise to do that in a personal, only in a professional way. I wouldn't recommend to do recording out of friends, for example. That is just rude, being rude. And maybe that is by either accident or deliberately conveyed to other people. I conveyed by recording to a guy, a friend of mine, and since he is a fair judge of situations and give me a honest feedback, I think he is the right one to give, because it was not between him and me or other friends or enemy or whoever, that it was the recording that I did while in a quite awkward and bad situation. I think that is just okay. I didn't ask him to push it around. No, it was only for him. And I think he's a good, trustworthy man. Just to be secure. The history is about recording. That's why I recommend people to write. To write is a recording. I have written some books, and I think it's what is in your mind. Not only telling a story and inventing stories, but do your story. do you in the book? Do your experiences, do your knowledge, do your path in a book? It's highly recommended that people write because they get their thoughts in order, straighten out. If not, it's just twisted mindset. If they don't do anything about their own reflections, it will be a twisted mindset that you can't really overcome. It's hard to be only in your own space, in your own dome. I watched this movie, this series, Under the Dome. And of course, if you are restricted, you want to get out. Even from the heavenly realm, you want to get out. Even in the... I remember some places in a movie where the prince is born and taken care of in the mansion. Not exposed to anything of the life that other people are subjected to. So he wanted to do his own recording, so to say. Prince. Maybe God needed to come to the earth in order to relate to us, in order to serve us. The Prince of Heaven. Can be a picture of that. The prince didn't know anything. And when he got news that someone from outside came in, he wanted to get outside. It's this urge that develop from a little seed. Want to get out. Look to the seed. How to break free from the cube or dome or bubble your entity is all contained. It's contained in this small space. And when an atom or electron is confined in a small place, it wants to break free. It's the energy that forces the energy into breaking free. Energy is maybe have this quality to be free. So I have this recording. So I was about to get it on the computer, but I tried different cables which is connected to this equipment. So I couldn't. So I did it on the stereo rack here, and played it out. That was kind of nice, and I recorded it on a mini disc. And the mini disc, I have this mini disc here. That is taking small discs, and sorry for the noise here. And it could record it briefly. It didn't really made it through, and I tried to connect this equipment on again and again. And I googled and searched how to solve Olympus recording that doesn't want to connect to the computer. I don't see it in the Explorer. So I had a problem with the recordings. It's of course it's a matter of importance, because I just sat together with a guy recording our meeting, and what he said was kind of important to remember, and I have this fear of forgetting. So I sat there and thought that this is safe anyway, even if I can't connect it to the computer. I have it here, but that doesn't really help when I am deep into this case. And I couldn't find any cable that was doing it, connecting it. It needed connection to the computer. It didn't work. So I asked some service supporter. I didn't understand himself. Maybe it's the cable, he said. Maybe it's the kind of cable, because not every cable transfer data. It's just for charging. So I began to think, what is this guy talking about? Is it something I remember from before? And it gives meaning to, maybe that was the solution. So I said, let us leave it here. I will try to find a cable that is working. And what you know, I connected this specific cable. I have other ones, but this is it's kind of hard to say, but it is this kind of odd, strange thing. So immediately it connected. Not a problem. So I could access, and I did the copy quite fast, and saw the recording of the appointment I have with this guy. So now I have it. I will keep it and preserve it. But what I said about writing, even a painting can be a recording. And I think in our subconscious mind, we are recording all the time. Maybe not so proud of a certain time in our life, but we need to record that too. We need to remember those too. We need to be aware of what we did. As I said in a previous video, that when people do certain stuff, they say, oh, it's not me, it's not how I am, it's not who I am. They have total denial. So it's not easy to interact with those people that doesn't really care about how they interact with other people. Maybe I'm like that too in many ways. I need to get that kind of a feedback that you record me too. Not only me. For me, my own recording can be swell. As they say back in those years, swell. All is well. But in the eyes of other people, my recording, my doings can't be all that swell. Maybe it's tormenting. Maybe it's something I said, something I did. So it's kind of important to listen to others' recording. Why do we watch television? Why do we watch movies? Reporters do the recording from Middle East. And I think that the narrative from Middle East is quite one-sided. Bias, as they say, is a new word for being one-sided. Taking side of the one you want to portray as a victim. And today, the idea of a victim gives the victim all right to do whatever they do because they are victims. They have no reflections over. They call it in a very smart way. They call it the power of victim, or the rulership of victim, or the tyranny of victim. So even the victim can be portrayed, or portray themselves as a victim, so they can get whatever the resources the people have, the congregation, the environment have, has to give them. Because they are the ones that shout out, we are victims. We are poor people and victims. So it's not always easy to handle people with that kind of an issue, that are obsessed with their own victimhood. They record themselves. Maybe I will do this too. They regard themselves as victims. They want to record their life as a victim. I did that in some sense. I said that I am doomed to do this. I'm doomed to be unlucky. Something make me think how other people record their life. If you record your life and see it in a perspective that I'm just a victim of myself, my own doings, also victim of my upbringing. My parents were not so nice, or my siblings didn't do me good, or the government, local or national government, didn't treat me well. So I'm just here, victim and victimized. Maybe you need to rethink, see your recording, maybe go to a shrink or a doctor or anything. Any good friend will be honest, but don't go to friends that are not honest and just give you the green card of victimhood. Go to people that are a little bit honest, that can dispute you and dispute your own narrative, your own idea of who you are, because you did all the recording in a certain filtering way. You did the filter of your own recording. They can put filter on the pictures, but also on the recordings. So that you can have, we had the old filter which with, I don't know, remember, bass, a lot of bass, a lot of tremble, a lot of acoustic, all these kind of filters that you could just adjust on the old equipment, analog equipment. Today you have the digital filters that do so much more. You can tweak it in a way that you just look so hot, so nice. You do the recording by Instagram and you want to portray yourself as a superstar or whatever. Maybe that is a little bit good too, to see yourself not as a victim, not always. You see, when people portray themselves as a victim, they are not so attractive. Honest to to whoever created us. If you portray yourself as a pity loser, look how that seemed to be in others' eyes. If I sit here and always complain, would I have followers? Would I have hits, likes and everything? I guess many people do that. But I'm Quite frankly, I'm not really there. I don't want to portray myself as some loser, some victim holder, the champion of victims. Do your own recording and do some filtering too, because what you feel is what you feel. I can't dispute that. That is maybe inherited by your upbringing, by bad feeling, by competition, or by your siblings or other people, or even diminished, ridiculed, and devalued by your own father or mother. Who would do that to their own children? For me, my children is the superstar of my life. It's the best. So I want them to feel that for me, they are the best. They can't be something they are not, in my eyes. I don't want to compare them to anyone, because comparison between people is just so unjust. If you are compared, you are not so good, you are not so skilled, your brother is better to do this than you. It's all this comparison that people are subjected to. People are so victimized too. I've been talking with people that are living on the surface, on their own self-esteem, on their own how they feel, how it is for them to be them. Not that those are more worse than others, no. But I have met some people that hide. You can see them. At least I see them as survivors, because they keep their victimhood in a so decent and respectful way. So even though they are striving with their vulnerability, their mindset, all what they have been undergoing in their life, still I have a lady, I don't interact with her one time. I met her at the library and I got to greet her. And something about her that was really touching me, because she had this trouble. I don't know whether she talked about it, but I don't remember that. But maybe she was misused, sexually assaulted, and tormenting herself. When you are sexually assaulted by men or grown-ups in your early childhood, you tend to hurt yourself. You tend to expose yourself. Live wildly. So that kind of a recording is so deep and profound, hurtful. So every day must be a torment for them. But to survive, to have the will of survival, to have the will of live, continue to live, not giving up, because life is, you see, people record other people. And when people have experience, how deep and profound that experience is if you express it, if you show it. Today is Shabbat. It's all for the unity